Hey guys, so in today's video I wanted to show you a drugstore makeup guide. I'm sorry, that was a really loud snap. A drugstore makeup guide just because I've never made one of these before and I've got lots of new products that I really want to kind of brag on and tell you guys that you need to go buy because they're really good. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I don't really have any drugstore primers right now, and I haven't used one in a good minute, so I don't want to recommend one just because I don't know if the ones that I used to like are still as good as they used to be, and so I'm just gonna not do that. But if you guys do have any good primers, list them down in the bottom bar below. I've heard Maybelline Baby Skin's really good. But I'm not gonna recommend it to you. Just I've heard that. Go look at some reviews on Makeup Alley or something. I do have a foundation that I've been loving. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I have the shade Bronze Beige. This is a newer foundation, and it has the new kind of trendy like wand thing. There's some of these like in the Marc Jacobs foundations. This has a really nice medium to full coverage. I love it because of the wear on it. It just wears really pretty. It has a really pretty finish. It's buildable and it's really cheap. For drugstore concealers, Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I've heard that this is a good dupe for the NARS Creamy Concealer. I've never tried the NARS Creamy Concealer, so I can't tell you. But if you like that, you might like this too. This is a really good one for underneath the eyes. It blends out really well and it has a pretty glowy finish. It's also buildable, so if you want to kind of up the coverage in certain areas, this is a good one to do that with. It's not that light. I believe I have the lightest shade, which is 10. I think that's the lightest. And it's really not that light. It is a highlight for me right now because I'm self-tanning, but when I'm not self-tanning, this is just like my skin color. So keep that in mind if you do have fair skin. For those of you who want a concealer with a little bit more coverage, a little bit more, you know, I mean, this is like industrial strength concealer. If you have a lot of acne, this is going to be a good one. I don't know how I said that's a word. This is the Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I really enjoy this one. I have the shade Ultra Light. The shade range is not that great with these, but if you do happen to fall in between these shades that they do have, it's a really good concealer for if you have anything that you really need to like heavy duty cover up. I mean, this covers up like bruises, crazy stuff. It's been compared to the Kat Von D Tattoo Concealer. The powder that I like to use is the Coty Airspun powder. This is in the shade Translucent. This is my second thing of it, or maybe it's my third. I think it actually might be my third thing of it. This lasts me like a year, and I bake with this like every single day. So, I mean, I use a lot of it, and it still lasts me a year. This just sets your under eye really well. I don't get any flashback with it. I know that some people have. I think if you have darker skin, you might get a little bit of flashback. Update, I figured out that this color does not give flashback even when you have a deeper skin tone unless you are baking like really hardcore. And even then, it's still not that much. Don't quote me on that. Look at the reviews first before you say no. And you get a lot of it for really cheap too. So, hands down, best powder. I love using this NYC Sunny Bronzer to bronze up my face. It's not really dark enough for me to contour, but if you have really fair skin, you might like this to contour. It's a warm bronzer, but it's completely matte. This is one of the first completely matte bronzers at the drugstore, and I remember it was like crazy popular back in the day. It's not as talked about anymore, but it's still an amazing bronzer, and I don't want you guys to forget it. Still use this like every few days or so. The blush that I use all the time is this Jordana Tawny Beige Blush Powder. I think I've used this in quite a few different videos. I love this. I just feel like it's a good neutral colored blush for me to wear with like every single look. I feel like my voice keeps like cracking and doing weird stuff. This is a really pretty color that I can just... I can wear it with every single look, and it doesn't look really chalky. It's got lots of pigment in it, but not too much to where you look like a freaking baby doll. For highlight, I put it down to 2 different ones. I talked about these recently both. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. You guys have probably heard about these on YouTube because they're really dramatic and strong. You can kind of see it there. This one's just a really metallic-y, pretty kind of highlight, and it's really cheap. I really like it. Wet n Wild has been stepping up their game recently with their makeup, so if you're looking for a good brand to kind of check out, I would definitely recommend Jordana and Wet n Wild. This one I also talked about. This is the e.l.f. HD Highlighting Powder in the shade Starlight Glow. I just now talked about this in another video, so I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but if you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's like my December favorites or January favorites one. And it's just a really awesome product. I wear Drugstore eyebrows every single day. That's what I have on my eyebrows right now, are these two products. This is the e.l.f. Lock On Liner and Brow Cream in light brown, and then the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. It's just a clear mascara. This is the best pomade that I've tried. Again, I've talked about this in my last video. I think it's December favorites. It is January favorites? How could it be January favorites, Maddie? Anyways, this product is just a really good one because it's similar to the Anastasia pomades, but it doesn't dry out. It's a lot creamier than the Anastasia ones, and it lasts all day. This is just a good one to kind of set and get your eyebrow hairs exactly where you want them to be. It's kind of just a classic. For eyeshadows, ColourPop eyeshadows. These new pressed shadows are what you need to get. These are all the ColourPop shadows that I have. I am obsessed with every single one of them. Every single one that I have has amazing pigment. They blend super duper well. I have, let's see. Oh, I actually have like every single color on my own. As I'm editing this, I realized I didn't tell you guys the names. So the names from top to bottom are Cloud 9, Top Notch, Hear Me Out, High Strung, Save It for Later, and Making Moves. Right now, except for this goldy kind of colored one right now. But all of those are on my eye. I've been using these every single day since I got them, and I've had them for about a week now. So I love those. Those are my absolute favorites, and that is what I would recommend if you want an affordable eyeshadow. My favorite liquid lipsticks and just kind of lip products just came out, so I'm going to just slightly touch base on this, and then we'll go into brushes. But Jordana, Wet n Wild, ColourPop, those are my favorites that I have been wearing constantly for the past, I don't know, good minute. ColourPop, I've been with this for like a few years now, so go make sure to check those out if you want some good liquid lipsticks. And then for brushes, last but not least, Eco Tools, amazing brush company for drugstores. These shopmissa.com. These brushes are $1 a piece, and they are amazing. These are my absolute favorite brush brand out there, just period, because they're so cheap and they're such good quality. I wish they would come out with more though. And then the Real Techniques brushes are also really amazing too. I have eye makeup brushes with these, as well as Eco Tools too, so I was just showing you guys kind of like just an example of some of the brushes that I love. e.l.f. has some really, really good brushes too. Let me show you. e.l.f., yes. And Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild has been stepping up their brush game too, so don't forget about those brush companies. Those are good brush companies. I would recommend them. I love them. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really wanted to kind of personally give a little shout out to all of the good makeup brands out there that are affordable. So I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.